From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, another sign of the times as COVID-19 numbers seem to improve across our state. City officials look forward to getting back to business in person. Starting tonight, Billings City Council members get the chance to make policy while physically together. Although taking part in tonight's work session virtually is still very much an option. Well, tonight's move comes at a time when Montana reports no new COVID-19 deaths and 123 additional COVID recoveries since yesterday. Along with that, a third of all Montanans have been vaccinated against the virus. It's those indications that have Billings City leaders feeling optimistic about getting back to normal. Now, the City Council meeting will be held in a hybrid format. Tonight, council members can choose to either attend virtually or physically at the Billings Public Library Community Room. Only 15 spectators can attend at a time, with overflow available in the lobby. And speakers will be asked to leave when they're done talking. Mayor Bill Cole says the council will take this step toward normalcy with caution.
The reality is that it's important that we proceed very cautiously because the coronavirus is still out there, and the chance that the variants could get a foothold in Yellowstone County is still very real. So I would expect that probably about 2/3 of the council will be there in person and about a third will attend by Zoom.
Now, social distancing and mask wearing will be enforced, and Mayor Cole says it's especially important that folks get vaccinated if they wish to show up in person. Well, that's also the message from local health authorities if you're planning a summer trip, looking to attend graduation, or having family and friends over. At last check, there were more than 1,500 available vaccine appointments this week at Metro Park Cedar Hall, with every Montana resident now eligible to receive that shot. Now, clinics are tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. A reminder, anyone under the age of 18 and not living in Yellowstone County can sign up for appointments here, but make sure you go online and print and then have an adult sign a consent form. You can make your appointment online at mtreadyclinic.org. There are also 23 pharmacies across Yellowstone County offering vaccine. You can find those at vaccinefinder.org. Well, tonight, Veterans Affairs Secretary Dennis McDonough is in the Magic City with Montana Senator Jon Tester. Here with a preview on what we can expect is Mitch Lagge.
On Monday, at the Montana State University Billings campus, two high-ranking national politicians are expected to meet with local veterans. U.S. Senator Jon Tester is expected to be here, speaking in his capacity as the chairman of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee. Also expected to be here is VA Secretary Dennis McDonough. They'll speak with the veterans and hear their challenges that they have faced over the course of the COVID-19 pandemic, along with challenges that they've faced in education. Join us back here on The Late Show as I'll bring you a full recap from this event. In Billings, Mitch Lagge, MTN News.
Thanks so much, Mitch. Now, the Montana VA will open its new primary care clinic at Fort Harrison tomorrow. That clinic is based on a new model that aims to streamline and improve care for veterans. MTN's John Riley shows us the clinic and how it works.
The new $12 million primary care clinic at Fort Harrison is designed around the VA's Integrated Patient Aligned Care Team, or PACT model. Instead of a veteran going to each provider, the patient rooms are set up around the outside with medical staff on the inside that come to the veteran in a one-stop shop approach.
Definitely kind of had a lot of staff kind of spread out between two different clinic sites, so this kind of really consolidates people, brings them together, allows for easier communication, and really bring in different staff members and specialty services to the patient in a much more streamlined fashion.
Say a veteran is coming in for a checkup with a provider and they mention a mental health challenge. A PACT psychiatrist can come in for a consultation. Should a prescription be needed, a PACT pharmacist can then come in to make sure the new prescription doesn't conflict with any other medication.
I would say probably about half of the patients that I see throughout the day need more than one service. To be able to put a face with that person for the veteran really increases the way that we can provide care at that time and make sure that they have the appropriate follow-up.
The VA transitioned their staff from the Madison Clinic to the new PACT Clinic, and the ER will expand into their old space. This will be the third PACT design clinic the Montana VA has opened since August of last year, and hope to open more in the future. Reporting from Fort Harrison, John Riley, MTN News.
Thanks, John. And once again, that clinic is set to open its doors tomorrow. Well, a 2-year-old Cody, Wyoming girl fighting for her life after suffering injuries in an alleged child abuse case has passed away. According to the girl's mother, Paisley Williams died on Sunday in a Colorado hospital. The toddler was taken to the Cody Hospital by her father on Saturday, March 27th. She had bruises on her body and was unresponsive. Once flown to Children's Hospital Colorado in Denver, doctors found she had 2 complete separations of her bowel, a fractured rib, and vertebrae. Her father, 30-year-old Moshe Williams, and his girlfriend, Carolyn Ahn, are charged with felony aggravated child abuse. Both are being held on $1 million bond. Both suspects deny abusing the girl. Well, today in Helena, victims and survivors of violent crime gathered to showcase the impact and trauma that violent crime can bring. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian has a closer look.
In the state capitol rotunda, tables have been set up with 12 place settings, each one representing a loved one lost to violent crime or someone living through the aftermath of a crime. The Montana Department of Corrections Victim Services Program organized the Empty Place at the Table exhibit. Victims and family members placed personal items to show the loss of a person or a part of oneself as a result of a crime.
The impact of crime continues on, that the ripple effect goes on and on, from loved ones to friends to the community. It's an ongoing thing forever.
Melissa Dykman's husband Jeffrey was a highway worker in Billings, hit and killed by a driver under the influence.
You just don't want people to forget, because we don't forget. We sit at our dinner table every single night, and there's a spot that's empty. So it's just important for people to remember, and an exhibit like this shows that people still do care. You're still in people's hearts.
Toby DeWolf's sister, Stacy, was killed when a drunk driver crashed into her as she rode her bike home in Missoula.
We take these people that have been lost and we try to let them impact other lives. And I know in my sister's case, that would be the gift that she would want, is to make a statement to help other people.
The Victim Services Program supported about 1,000 victims and family members during the last 3 months of 2020. Leaders say they saw this exhibit as a way to make sure those people's voices are heard.
It's more moving for everybody in this room than it will be anybody else. We have the feeling, we have the emotion, we certainly have the loss. I commend everybody that's doing this.
It's just important because it just shows me that he's not forgotten. He's gone, but he's not forgotten, nor will he ever be forgotten, because he was an amazing man, as well as everybody else at these tables.
The Empty Place at the Table exhibit will be in the Capitol through Wednesday afternoon. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Thanks, Jonathan. A 37-year-old Billings woman is now identified as the victim of a fatal crash last week. Yellowstone County Coroner Cliff Mahoney says 37-year-old Jennifer Mims died of blunt force injuries early Friday morning. Her truck was found crashed around 8 a.m. at an I-90 overpass near Charlene Street. The Montana Highway Patrol is investigating. And a Huntley wildfire that pulled in multiple fire crews on Sunday is now under control. The blaze burned about 3 miles south of the Pryor Creek Golf Club near Wing Shooter Trail and Shooters Bluff Road. Firefighters worked all night and today to douse the hot spots. Now, flames burned 20 acres, but no structures were damaged and no evacuations were ordered. Officials tell us at least 40 firefighters were on scene, along with 2 road graders and a bulldozer to help with fire lines. And some news to pass along this evening as former Montana Governor Stan Stevens has passed away. Stevens, a Republican, was elected in 1988, ending a 20-year run of Democratic governors. Now, he chose not to run for re-election in 1993 because of health concerns. He was succeeded by Republican Governor Mark Roscoe. Stevens was a radio station owner and former state senator from Havre. He had been living in Kalispell at the time of his death. Stevens was 91 years old. No word yet on funeral arrangements for the former governor. Montana's current governor, Greg Gianforte, sent his condolences, saying, "A kind and thoughtful leader, Governor Stevens was a central figure in our state's politics for a quarter century, and his legacy and contributions to our state will endure."